To use the pronoun en, we're going to look for words like de, du, de la, de, etc. We're going to use this to replace especially food names or really any phrase that can begin with a de, though primarily, of course, in this unit it'll be food phrases. And that will typically translate as some of, any of, any of it, some of them, any of those variations. You're going to replace that entire phrase with en, and then move en to go in front of the verb, or in front of the infinitive if it's in a two-verb sentence. So a regular conjugated sentence, you'll have the en in front of your verb, the de or the do or the de or the whatever it is, plus the food item goes away. It's completely replaced by the en. Or in a two-verb sentence, such as saying, we are going to buy, I don't know, some apples. To say we're going to buy some, or we're going to buy some of them, or something along those lines, we're going to find that some apples section, the des pommes, and then it's going to go in front of the verb to buy. Because what are you doing? You're not going some apples, you're buying some apples. And so it belongs with the verb that describes the action that's actually happening to that noun that you're replacing. So if we look at some examples, such as tu voudrais de la courgette, would you like some zucchini? You want to say, yes, I would like some. Oui, j'en voudrais. So the de la courgette, that entire thing got replaced with en, and it moved in front of the verb voudrais. En will contract with the subject pronoun je to form j'en, exactly how you see it here. Another one. Still never fixed that typo. There should not be an S on il, by the way. Il achète des cerises. So is he buying some cherries? Yes, he's buying some. Oui, il en achète. The des cerises, entire thing gets replaced with en, and the en flips to go in front of the achète. A two-verb sentence like nous allons faire de la soupe. Are we going to make any soup? We're going to say oui, nous allons en faire. Because we're not going some soup, we're making some soup. So the en will go with the verb to make, faire. 99% of the time, if you're looking at a two-verb sentence, the verb that is actually being done to the item you're replacing is going to be the infinitive. So the easiest rule is simply to remember, put it in front of the infinitive. And just know that on a very, very rare occasion, you might be a little bit off. We can use en even after quantity phrases. So for example, j'ai beaucoup de cerises. I have a lot of cherries. We still have a de and a food item, so we can still replace that with en to say I have a lot of them. J'en ai beaucoup. Your beaucoup, or whatever your quantity phrase is, will stay in the sentence. Okay? If you think about this in English, it makes perfect sense. I have a lot of cherries. You couldn't say, I have of them. You have to keep the a lot in your sentence, and that's what beaucoup actually means. Any of our quantity phrases will work like this. Beaucoup de, un peu de, assez de, any of those. The one somewhat exception is going to be numbers. So numbers are a quantity. The only trick to these is that there's no de after it. So we always have beaucoup de, un peu de, assez de, un litre de, so on and so forth. After numbers, there is no de. However, you always know that you can replace it the exact same way. So, j'ai 20 cerises, I have 20 cherries. J'en ai 20, I have 20 of them. Again, keep your quantity phrase / number in the sentence. You can't change I have 20 cherries to I have of them. We have to leave the 20 there. We're going to, you can kind of pretend like there's a de after it if it helps out, but make sure that the 20, or whatever that number is, stays typically at the end of your sentence, or if there's any other phrase after it, just leave that phrase at the end where it belonged previously. The only thing that you're actually replacing is the word cerise.